I hope you are all doing well, guys, and today we're diving deep into one of the most intriguing NFL matchups happening on October 23, 2025. We've got two free picks lined up for you, a team pick and a total pick, for what should be a fascinating Thursday night clash between the Minnesota Vikings and the Los Angeles Chargers. Welcome back to Beyond the Box Score, where we break down every angle that matters before you lock in your bets. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a pick, because we post these breakdowns daily and you'll always have the inside edge before game time. Now, let's get right into this Thursday night showdown. The Minnesota Vikings head into this primetime matchup riding a wave of uneven but revealing performances. After securing a solid win against the Cleveland Browns and dropping a close one to the Philadelphia Eagles, they're now looking ahead to a critical divisional game with the Detroit Lions. Over their last 16 regular season games, Minnesota has claimed victory in 12, a mark that quietly speaks to their balance and resilience. Their running attack has been steady, averaging 103.8 yards per game, led by Jordan Mason, who's racked up 380 yards and 4 touchdowns so far. Defensively, this Vikings unit has shown control and discipline, giving up just 20.8 points and 301.7 yards per contest, both figures that rank among the league's more consistent efforts. The Los Angeles Chargers, on the other hand, enter this game searching for stability. They've stumbled in 3 of their last 4 outings, suffering losses to the Indianapolis Colts and Tennessee Titans, with only a win over the Miami Dolphins providing a brief bright spot. Their run game has been slightly stronger than Minnesota's on paper, producing 111.1 yards per game, thanks mostly to Omarion Hampton, who has totaled 314 yards and 2 touchdowns this season. But on defense, the Chargers have struggled to hold firm, allowing 23.3 points and 315.9 yards per game, numbers that reflect middle-tier production rather than dominance. Thursday Night Football has a way of flipping the script. The short week gives players less time to recover and coaches less time to prepare, which often leads to unpredictable outcomes. In fact, in each of the past 3 Thursday night games, the underdog won outright, with the 49ers, Giants, and Bengals all pulling off upsets. This matchup between the Vikings and Chargers has that same unpredictable energy. They only meet once every 4 years, meaning neither side has much recent familiarity with the other. Both teams also enter this game following home losses, so frustration and urgency are bound to run high under the bright lights in Los Angeles. From a coaching perspective, the philosophies on display couldn't be more different yet oddly balanced. Jim Harbaugh brings a rugged, no-nonsense approach rooted in toughness and old-school football grit. His Chargers aim to outmuscle opponents. Across the field, Kevin O'Connell's Vikings represent a modern, detail-oriented style, built around precision, balance, and adaptability. O'Connell has already shown his ability to build playoff-caliber teams around different quarterbacks in just 4 years, demonstrating calm command in high-pressure moments. Both coaches demand discipline, but the Vikings' consistency this season hints at slightly steadier leadership entering this one. Health might be the real difference maker here. The Chargers have been hit hard by injuries to key pieces. Left tackle Joe and veteran linebacker Khalil Mack are both sidelined, stripping the team of critical stability on both ends of the ball. The running back position has been particularly gutted. Najee Harris was lost before the season, and Omarion Hampton, the bright rookie who helped carry the ground game, is now on injured reserve. Without him, the Chargers were held to just 54 rushing yards against the Colts, forcing Justin Herbert to throw a staggering 55 passes in a one-dimensional offensive effort. That kind of imbalance is dangerous against a defense that thrives on pressure. Minnesota's injury list isn't empty either, but they've held up far better. Linebacker Andrew Van Ginkel, running back Aaron Jones, and center Ryan Kelly remain unavailable, yet the depth behind them has stepped up admirably. Carson Wentz, making his 4th start of the season, has looked composed and methodical under O'Connell's guidance, taking what the defense gives him while still showing flashes of aggression downfield. The Vikings still have playmakers who can change momentum in an instant, which gives them an advantage against a Chargers team still struggling to find rhythm. Odds makers have installed Los Angeles as a slight favorite, mainly because of the home field edge and the traditional short week advantage. But when you look deeper, the matchup favors Minnesota. The Chargers' offensive line is banged up, their running game has lost its punch, and they now face a Brian Flores-coached defense that's aggressive and creative with pressure. Expect Flores to dial up multiple blitz packages to rattle Herbert and disrupt his timing. That approach could define this game. Minnesota might not light up the scoreboard every week, but their defense keeps them in position to win. Meanwhile, Los Angeles has failed to cover in its last 4 games as favorites, and lost outright in 3 of them. That's a red flag that's hard to ignore. Our first pick for this matchup is Minnesota to cover the spread as the underdog. Now for the total, a bet that requires patience and a close read of both teams' tendencies. The Chargers have scored 20 or more points in 5 of their 7 games, and the Vikings have done the same in 5 of 6. Both came into the season expecting their defenses to outshine their offenses, but injuries and fatigue have shifted that balance. Minnesota's defense remains one of the top 10 in football, allowing 20.8 points and 301.7 yards per game. The Chargers give up 23.3 points and 315.9 yards per outing, sitting squarely in the league's middle third. Run defense is where the gap widens. Minnesota allows just 4.2 yards per carry, while Los Angeles is giving up a concerning 5.1 yards per attempt, one of the worst marks in the NFL. That weakness could open the door for sustained drives on both sides. Neither defense has fully closed running lanes lately, and both quarterbacks have been forced to throw under pressure. Herbert and Wentz are both coming off games where turnovers hurt their teams, meaning they'll be eager to clean things up and push tempo. With clear weather expected in Southern California, conditions should be ideal for passing, and both teams have the playmakers to take advantage. The last time these two met, they combined for 52 points, just shy of the 52.5 point total line. This season's trends suggest another game in that range. Minnesota has scored fewer than 21 points only once this year and is averaging 28 over its last 4 games. The Chargers, after hitting a mid-season scoring slump with 18 and 10 points in consecutive losses, have rebounded to average 26.5 points in their last 2 and scored 23 or more in 4 total games. Combined, the over has hit in 8 of their last 13 games. Herbert is coming off a 400-yard performance and has reliable downfield targets like Keenan Allen and a Randy Gadsden too. Wentz has been connecting well with Jordan Addison, who continues to shine as his go-to receiver. Defensively, neither side has been airtight. Minnesota can struggle to maintain consistent pressure, while Los Angeles remains vulnerable on the ground. That balance of flaws and offensive upside points toward a matchup with long drives, explosive plays, and sustained scoring once both teams settle in. With that in mind, our second pick for this game is the over on the projected total. That wraps up today's breakdown. Let us know down below which NFL matchup you'd like to see analyzed next, and whether you agree or disagree with our picks for this game. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and drop your predictions in the comments. We always love hearing your take.